Last time we caught Caesar, Misty, Red, Steve, Zuko, Patrick, and Sigmund. Caesar, Red, and Debbie all evolved, and with Debbie's help, we got the Thunder Badge. 3 badges, 35 Pokemon, and 0 deaths. No! Let's go. We decide to head into the Diglett cave for some training. It's here that we meet our new friend Doug. We also catch a spare Diglett, Zubat, and Chansey to send back to Professor Oak. Patrick evolves into War Turtle, and we finally exit the cave to our next new... Wait a second, we're just back in Pewter City, are you kidding me? Since we're back in town, we decide to show Patrick and Kiki the museum. Now that we have cut, we don't even need to pay, we can just walk in through the side door. Unfortunately, this scientist catches us, but instead of turning us into Officer Jenny, he gives us an old amber. Cool. Heading back towards Diglett Cave, we run into one of Oak's assistants, who teaches Pika the move Flash. After that, we meet up with Josh, who fast travels us all the way back to Route 9. Nice. Over on Route 9, we continue to train up Kiki against trainers, and finally, a new encounter. Meet Derek, the Nidorino. On Route 10, we catch Skrunkly, the Krabby. Yes, Skrunkly. A name given to this wonderful little Krabby by Twitch Chat, so shout out Twitch Chat. On our way to the Poke Center, we're jumped by Team Rocket. It's a 1-on-4 battle until this mystery lady shows up and says she'll take on 3 of them herself. Alright, you go, girl. We easily handle our grunt, and the Lapras lady introduces herself as Lorelei. She's a member of the Elite Four, so I immediately shout out that I will be king of the pirates! Pokemon champion. We head into Rock Tunnel, where Pika uses Light Up. It's here we meet Annie the Cubone. No, Twitch did not name her, I did. Don't think about it too much. We also get a Graveler, Cubone, Machop, Golbat, and Rhydon to send over to Professor Oak. After battling some trainers, Kaido evolves. Look at that. Our $500 investment from episode 2 is starting to pay off. Who's looking foolish now? Finally arriving in Lavender Town, we notice Josh chase a Cubone down into the Pokemon Tower. Look, it's not how we prefer to catch Pokemon, but to each their own. Now, since the Pokemon Tower is technically a graveyard, Pika and I promise not to get into any Pokemon battles while we're here. Josh has other plans. We both send out Pidgeotto, and for the first time in the game, I realized that Rocket's actually out-leveled by Josh's Pidgeotto. So we decided to switch it in for Pika. This is just the first time in my playthrough that I realized that switching through my party so much actually could have a negative effect on the team overall. After Pika Oko's Pidgeotto with Zippy Zap, Josh sends in Gloom. We switch in Red for the type advantage. And while Ember does get the burn and it is super effective, it doesn't do nearly as much as I was expecting. Even worse, Gloom lands Sleep Powder, putting Red to sleep. This just became a status fight. This endless cycle of sleeping and burn chip and sleeping and burn chip goes on until finally I'm forced to switch into Kiki. Kiki ends up switching right into a critical hit Acid, and even worse, it takes a special defense drop too. I was not expecting Gloom to be this much of a challenge, so I heal up Kiki with a Hyper Potion, only for her to take another hit of Acid and lose almost half of her HP. Backed into a corner, Kiki and I discuss some game plans and finally decide we need to use Seismic Toss for the KO. And it works! Pika easily handles Jolteon, and after the battle, Josh can't stop worrying about that Cubone. But since I've played this game before, I know we can't clear this tower until we have the Slift Scope, so we head towards Route 8. Realizing how underleveled Rocket was during that Josh fight really helped me understand the importance of training during this process. Up until this point, I'd really only been catching Pokemon for the Pokédex challenge, but not actually training them to a certain level, just switching them in and out so they can evolve as quickly as possible. So that means it's time for a training montage. We fight you, we battle you, hey you over there, and you over there. After a few battles, Kiki finally evolves into Primeape, and I couldn't be prouder. And then we meet Seeking. Seeking versus Red, not a great matchup, so I switch into Pika. Sounds good, right? Well, it would be if this Seeking wasn't using Horn Drill, one of the only moves in the game that's an instant knockout move. The way Horn Drill works is its hit chance equals user level minus target level plus 30%. So every level the user has on the target is an additional 1% that's added to the accuracy of the move. Seeking is only 3 levels higher than Pika, so that's only a 33% chance of hitting. But remember, if Pika dies, the whole run is over. Lucky for us, Seeking misses its chance to hit Pika on the switch-in. A crit hit Zippy Zap should be able to do the trick, but Seeking proves to be just a little too tanky, hangs in there with a little bit of HP left. This gives them another chance to hit us with Horn Drill, only raising the likelihood of it actually hitting. But Pika, being the champion she is, dodges once more and ends the battle next turn. We take out a few more trainers, and then we run into Gamer Stan. You know what, I'm just gonna let you see it for yourself. Gamer Stan. It's got Rhyhorn. Okay. It's a pretty good Kiki battle going on here. 35! See, that is worrisome. That is so strong compared to every other Pokemon I've battled. Nice. I mean, the super effective critical hit. Beautiful. Kiki avoids the attack. Oh my god. That's plot armor and I love it. Good dodge, Kiki. What's this gonna do? No. No. Yeah. So, you know all that stuff I was just telling you about Horn Drill, how it worked, the percentages? Well, I only know that because this happened. It was a hard lesson to learn, and especially at the cost of one of my oldest friends. R.I.P. to the legend, Kiki, the primate.